Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Alpha Omega Occasionally, and I want to thank you all before I go into this video for your loyalty to the channel. I really appreciate it. My last video on growing old in Thailand went way beyond all my expectations, so thank you very much indeed for that. This video is in a similar kind of vein. I tried to cover the real aspects of living in Thailand, the things that affect you and me as, let's say, we use the term expats. I wait for your man to pass by. He's selling whatever he's selling. But living in Thailand as an expat, there's lots of things that affect you that you wouldn't think of before you come here. And this particular video deals with losing your mind in Thailand. And I mean that. There's lots of ways you can go crazy here. So if you're interested in that, stick around. Hello there. I'm a realist and my videos are real. I talk about my experience here. As I say, I don't go on statistics. I shoot my videos in what I would call interesting places. This is a busy market and it's 11:30 on a, what day is today? On a Tuesday. Sorry, on a Wednesday. What am I saying? On a Wednesday. I'm losing my mind already. But getting right into the meat and potatoes of this video, I talk about my experience and how it relates to losing your mind in Thailand, and that's the best way I can kind of impart my sentiment to you. I came here on a wing and a prayer. I really didn't know what I was doing when I came here. I just had this idea, a fanciful idea, that I wanted to live here. I had a few bob, as we say back in Ireland. I had some money to back it up. So I was comfortable. There wasn't any risk involved, let's say. If things went belly up, I still would, after say a month or so, I still would have had enough money to hightail it back to where I came from. But as things worked out, that didn't happen. It's almost 11 years later and I'm still here. But I've often said it, my saving grace was getting married, because the first, say, 6 months here I was a free agent, let's say, and it's all too easy. You know, kid in the candy shop, Disneyland for adults, you know yourself. It's all too easy to go down that slippery slope. You go for a few beers. I was young enough at the time, like I was in my mid to late 40s. I remember I was living near Pattaya, a place called Ben Lam Shabang. You probably never heard of it. It's about 20 kilometers, or maybe less than that, the Bangkok side of Pattaya. It's a port, industrial port. There's nothing in it. There's only a few karaoke bars and things like that. But anyway, I used to get the tuk-tuk down to Pattaya on a Friday evening and sit in the bars along the beach road. And I honestly didn't get into that kind of thing. I wasn't really into that at the time, you see. But I could see how tempting it was. These beautiful girls paying attention to you, playing Jenga on the... That's what they used to do. I don't know if they still do. But you'd be sitting at the bar and a girl would come up and play Jenga with you. Really friendly and young and vibrant and effervescent and all those beautiful things, you see. And you get a few beers into you and you're enjoying the attention. And when you enjoy the attention, you can part ways with your money very easily to keep it going, you see. It's a drug, not just the alcohol, the whole experience. So you do that on a regular basis and you'll begin to lose your mind. You will. You'll say, what the hell am I doing? You wake up one morning, you realise you spent more than you bargained for, and you think, what the hell am I doing? But you see, my experience is, as you know, I do the videos for the Big Picture El Panorama, and I'm going to be quite candid here. And you know, I interview beautiful girls every night. Some of them are astonishingly beautiful, and you can't really get it on camera. Like, I'm standing beside these girls and you can smell the perfume, and you can, you can feel their presence, and they're absolutely gorgeous. And I say to myself, and a few of my contributors on that channel have supported me on this. I may be an relatively old guy, and a lot of fellas criticise me for being an old guy chasing young girls. I'm not chasing young girls, I'm interviewing young girls. But what it does is, it drives me crazy. I'll go back home and I'll have about 7 or 8 interviews in the can, and I'll be playing them back, and I'll say, by God, she was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And it begins to preoccupy you, because it's no secret that Thailand has some of the most beautiful girls in the world, and the way that their demeanour is so friendly, and let's face it, the way they dress, because it's a hot climate, of course, they dress to suit the climate, they're absolutely stunning. You can lose your reason if you facilitate that kind of lifestyle where you're chasing the dragon. It's the same thing. You're chasing this, you're chasing that, and you can end up being completely preoccupied with that kind of thing. And then the drink lends itself to that situation, and you can very easily lose your mind. I know someone, obviously I'm not going to mention names, I know someone who's on the brink of doing something foolish because they're lonely here and they cannot get that connection with somebody else. It's very difficult to get a connection if you're a foreigner and you don't speak the lingo. Even me with my Thai wife, she doesn't speak English that well, and sometimes I wonder about the connection. Although we're committed to each other, I can tell you there's no real connection as there would be if it was someone who spoke your own native language. And you can become very isolated. These are all words that come to my mind readily now as I'm talking to you, because I feel them. You become isolated. I won't say withdrawn. My saving grace is doing YouTube. I got two YouTube channels, and that keeps me really busy. So I don't tend to get withdrawn, but I do tend to feel isolated. And because I don't speak the lingo, it's even more, I speak it, but I don't speak it, if you know what I mean. I don't understand what they say when they talk at 90 miles an hour. That's isolating. That can lead to, you can feel like you're losing your mind. When you end up like me this morning, I wasn't sure what day it was. I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to paint a picture that this is not a wonderful place. Of course it's a wonderful place. But they always used to say, you go on holidays, don't do on holidays what you wouldn't do at home. But we all do. I ride my electric motorcycle without a helmet, because they all do. To be honest with you, I can't find a helmet to fit my head. That's the truth. I've shopped around, I can't get a helmet to fit my head. But there's another phrase, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. You got to assimilate into their culture. But you see, you're always going to be an outsider. And when you're an outsider, you feel isolated. And when you feel isolated, you can feel like you're losing your mind. So the best antidote to this, to, let's say, drooling over the girls, and I'll be honest with you, I do. That's the truth. And there's a lot of people that would criticise me, a 58-year-old man drooling over a 24-year-old girl. That's human nature. That's the way I'm designed. I look at it and I go, what the hell? But because it's the forbidden fruit, let's say, because you can't have it, you could lose your mind. I'm just being honest and open about the practicalities, some of the practicalities of living here. The fact that, I'm focusing on this. Call a spade a spade. You see beautiful women around all the time, and the majority of them are single. And you could feel yourself drawn to them. And they have a term in Thailand, butterfly man. I don't know if it's a term anywhere else, but you don't want to become a butterfly man. because they know it. The girls know it. The girls here, you know, one girl told me she left her husband because he was a butterfly man. Because the Thais suffer from this as well. They lose their mind with the abundance of beautiful women and the promiscuity that does exist here. So be warned, be careful, be safe, take care of yourself. This is a wonderful place to be, and it's a wonderful place to live your twilight years, but you can very easily lose your mind. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure, if you haven't done so already, you click that like button, click the share button, click the subscribe button. Do all those wonderful things, and I'll bring you back another wonderful video very soon. Thanks for joining me.